Good morning. Just want to talk a little bit about humidification for your homes. It's winter's coming, and having the proper humidity in your home is a good thing for a number of reasons. My name is Steve Strafface Sr. from Rescom Heating and Air Conditioning in Westchester County, New York. And thanks for giving me some of your time. In regards to humidity, having the proper amount of humidity in your home during the winter especially is important. Number one, it makes you feel more comfortable. Number two, it's good for your health and your nasal passages, your throat, and it also helps retain the heat better in your home. Also with your furniture, your pictures, your wooden frames, your wood floors, your wood furniture, your couches, your chairs. With the proper moisture, everything can stay healthy. Not just you, everything else in your house that needs moisture. When your house is dry, it wants to absorb moisture from wherever it can. It automatically wants to do that because it wants to suck up moisture. That's why, back in the day where people would put like pots of water on their radiators in their homes, especially back in the 30s and stuff, where if you have an older home and you have old radiators, you'll see these little pans on top of the radiators or underneath the covers, and that's where they used to put water, so that water would get absorbed up into the air. And it wasn't because the heat was drying out the air, it just was the air was dry because it was winter time. So you want to keep the house, everyone has their own different opinion, but you want to be 30 to 45%. You don't want to go to 50 or higher typically, because then you create other problems that way. Think of yourself in the desert, Arizona, where it's very hot. It could be 100 degrees outside, but you don't feel like you're in 100-degree weather. Especially if you're under an umbrella or a tree. It just feels warm, feels hot, but you don't have that sticky feeling, and it's just a whole different feeling. When you come to New York, when it's very hot and humid, or in Florida, and it could be 80 degrees or 90 degrees, even 80 degrees, and you can have 80% relative humidity, and it's a horrible feeling. That's because it's holding all that heat and that moisture. So in your home, you kind of want that in the wintertime. You want a little bit of moisture so it holds the heat, retains the heat longer in your home, and you feel more comfortable at a lower temperature typically. So you may feel chilly at 70 degrees in your house, and the relative humidity is at 20. But if the relative humidity is at 40, 45, and the thermostat set at 68, you're probably going to feel more comfortable at 68 degrees than you did at 70 at 30%, 20% relative humidity. So there's a lot behind it. You can do some reading on that. You can also experiment yourself by putting testing a room. Maybe close a door or whatever, a nice sized room, and put a thermometer in there with a hygrometer that senses humidity, and experiment. See if that room is 70 degrees, let's just say, and then it shows up to be 20 or 25% relative humidity. And just feel how that room, just notice how it feels. Are you comfortable? Does it feel different? And then put a portable humidifier in there and try and get it up to about 45% relative humidity, and see how comfortable you are at 68 degrees or 70 or whatever. And then see how long it lasts versus how long it would last with dry air, the comfort. But make sure you turn off the heat in that area once you get it, or you turn off the heat or block the vents or whatever, if it's a radiator or something like that. Just once you get it to where you want, whether you're testing for low humidity or good humidity, let it sit and time it. See how long it lasts. This way, it gives you an idea what I'm talking about, and then what you can experience throughout your whole home. So, and then you can do portable humidifiers wherever you want. You know, they got to clean them. You got to clean them and stuff. But then they also do have whole house humidifiers that can also be installed. And if they're installed properly, maintained properly, key thing, so then they'll work great, and they're sized right. Again, humidity wants to seek its own path. So if you put a humidifier on your system, or you put a standalone someplace, and you have a wide open area, humidity wants to seek its own path. So it's going to travel wherever it can. So let's just say you have, a fairly large home, and you have 2 floors, and you have a humidifier that's only good enough for a certain amount of square feet. That humidity is going to want to travel wherever it can, because it wants to just go where it's dry. So if you have that situation, you may not have enough humidity, because it's just going to dissipate everywhere if it's not large enough or runs long enough to provide adequate moisture. So there's a lot of things you have to look into, and it's not just putting a humidifier in and think you're going to be great. There's more to it than that. But I think that's it on humidifiers right now. I'm going to come up with something else with humidifiers to educate you some more. So, because you want to be comfortable. Now, one more quick thing that, most people think that, hot air dries out the air. And that's what it gives it a bad name, but that's not true. I mean, why do you think in the old days with the hot water radiators and steam radiators, they had these built-in trays that hold water? That's not hot air, that's radiator heat. That's because it's just natural for, in the wintertime, the air is just drier, and that's just the way it is. And the more infiltration, the more air you have coming into your house, if your house is old or leaky windows, the drier it's going to be. And, you can't fight the tide from coming in. So if you have leaky windows, leaky walls, and bad insulation everywhere, and you have cold air coming in, putting in a humidifier may not be the greatest thing to do, because all you're going to do is spend money on water and electricity, because you're trying to fight the tide from coming in, the cold air from coming in, the dry cold air from coming into the home. So there's more to it than that, like I said. So again, thank you for watching the video, taking the time. I really appreciate it, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.